Welcome to Love Set Run.
I'm Andre.
And I'm Sierra. Join us as we backpack around the world, leaving a footprint of love everywhere we go.
We'll show you how you can consciously volunteer on your travels,
how fun and rewarding it is to give back,
and how you too can make a difference in the world.
Back in the airport. We're going to Johannesburg to catch our safari.
We're super stoked to go to Joburg. Not to Joburg, but because it's how we get to Kruger for our safari. Alright, here's the deal. I just rented this bad mamma jamma of a lens. 150 to 600 millimeter lens. There we go. This is now like a 9+ pound camera rig, maybe 10 pounds.
Wow, you could do bicep curls with that.
Oh, I got it! I captured it! Whatever! Our shuttle picked us up bright and early for a 5-hour drive to our lodge outside Kruger, and we couldn't be more excited.
We're here, the Trevisana Lodge. It's our first stop in Safari Land. Let's go.
Let's get ready for a game drive.
Do it! Whoa! Whoa! The feeling of being in an open-air vehicle on the search for elephants, giraffes, lions, and more was nothing short of totally exhilarating.
We drove around the game reserve until dark and then headed towards our bush barbecue dinner, but these lionesses grabbed our attention on the way.
South Africa is known for their barbecues in the bush called a bush braai. The best part was the after-dinner visits from the local hyena, an African porcupine, and even a honey badger.
It is time for our morning game walk, starting at 5:45.
Rex is the man!
Rex is back!
This morning we started off with a sunrise game walk with 2 guides, whose intimate knowledge of the flora and fauna helped us feel connected to the land as we ventured through on foot.
Very easy to get killed by lions, because the lions, when they chase the giraffe, they can chase the giraffe into the drainage line or into the local activity. The giraffe, they trample and fall down. And then they put 1 and then 4. Yep. And it's taking a long time for them to release the troop. That's still not the most activity.
There they are, the world's deadliest land mammal, the hippopotamus.
Hippos can live for up to 50 years and weigh up to 7,000 pounds. You do not want to get in these guys' way.
It was so fun watching these little guys play. I couldn't help but think, Hakuna Matata, Hakuna Matata.
I've got the coolest hairdo.
I've got the coolest hairdo.
No, I've got the coolest hairdo.
No, I've got the coolest hairdo.
Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. It's time for another game drive on a different part of the game reserve. We didn't see anything too wild, but it never gets old looking at these animals.
We had a great tour guide named Halala on this game drive, who used the word
Halala
to answer almost every question.
He even convinced Sierra that she should inhale some burning elephant dung. We're so excited to finally be inside Kruger National Park.
Seriously, driving through here feels totally surreal.
Sighting after sighting, this place is teeming with life. We're especially lucky because it's the dry season, which means not a lot of vegetation and much better visibility.
Ah, how fortunate. 2 male lion sightings.
Once these school children found out that we had cameras, they got so excited and they all wanted to be on camera.
Today I saw 5 big animals.
You did? Did you see the big 5?
Yes, and baby elephants, and the mother elephants, and the father elephant. And I saw some buffaloes, and I saw some zebras. That's what I saw. I love you, South Africa. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
We had a great first day in Kruger. The animals were absolutely mesmerizing. What a gift it is to share space with such wondrous creatures. We can't wait for another chance to explore this majestic playground.
We are at Moholoholo Rehabilitation Center, a place that we did some research on, and as much as we don't like seeing animals in cages, supposedly it's a good place. They're a true rehab center. They release into the wild when it's necessary, and they don't when it's not. So we're going to see some caged animals today, which is always sad, but at least we get to get close to them.
I like to use a lot of intuition on these things and just kind of feel what is my personal feeling on how they treat the animals. Like Andre said, we read into it and they seem like a good place, so we're going to go find out.
Moholoholo often takes in injured or poisoned animals which can't be released back into the wild, and so they become permanent residents here, used as ambassadors for their species.
Sometimes it's a baby rhino that's been abandoned by its mother. Other times it's cheetah or hyena that have been hit by cars, caught in snares, or even poisoned.
Sometimes wild animals will cause problems for the local farmers, in which case Moholoholo will help safely relocate unwanted animals in order to save them from a potentially painful or violent demise. Final words on Moholoholo. From what we've learned, it is a good, true rehabilitation center. There are a number of animals here that can't be released back into the wild, and they give them a lifetime home, which is a good thing.
I think it's a really great place. They do a lot of good work for the animals to release them back into the wild, and then also the animals that can't be released, they take great care of them here. But the sad part is that once they are released into the wild, they don't have any control over what happens to them, and they mentioned that sometimes they receive animals back that have been released from the center and then they're poisoned again or they get trapped again, and so people really are the offenders here. But this place is here so that we can learn how to protect and care for them. So give it a 2 thumbs up.
Our first rhino sighting. You'll notice this one's missing a horn. That's actually a good thing. We'll explain more in a moment.
Our safari includes trips to private game reserves in addition to Kruger, which is a national park. Today we're at TSHUKUDU Game Reserve. Despite the fact that these reserves are assembled, you could say, what takes place within the boundaries is still very wild. And speaking of which, we just happened to catch these lions after a kill. Nothing goes to waste in the bush. Jackals, hyena, vultures, and more all partake in the offering called the Circle of Life.
In order to discourage poachers from killing rhinos for their horns, the park rangers sedate them and cut them off. It's a good way to make sure they live long and happy lives here in the park. Back for our final full day in Kruger. Oh look, a few thousand more impalas. These are such a plentiful snack here in South Africa, our guides jokingly refer to them as bush McDonald's.
Did someone say McDonald's?
Going on a safari is something I always dreamed of doing. Finally being here in the company of creatures so adored, so valued, so rare and irreplaceable was beyond anything I could have ever imagined it to be. The rush of wind blowing on your face cruising in the safari vehicle, on the lookout for the great wild African animals, making eye contact with an elephant alongside you in the bush, appreciating those who work to protect these lands, and also knowing there are still others who wish to take it all away in the name of greed. Seeing and feeling the pure joy of everyone who witnessed this phenomenon of nature, and most of all, being in pure awe of Mother Nature in remarkable corners of the planet like this. These are the treasures of the heart that I will take with me.
On the road back to Johannesburg, we stopped at the BLYDE River Canyon Gorge. It's the third largest canyon in the world and definitely one of the most beautiful. The terrain here is almost alien in nature. It's not at all what we expected, just a short drive from the flatlands of Kruger. A stunning view to end an amazing safari. Follow us on the next leg of our journey as we head to Nepal.